These are the new DZO Arles zooms. I spent about 2 weeks testing both the 25-75 and the 65-180. I used them on my Blackmagic Pyxis 6K, and I think this is a great combination. Optically, both lenses perform really well. Wide open at T2.6, they deliver a sharp image in the center without looking clinical. The focus fall-off is smooth. They create a natural separation between the subject and the background, and that actually reminds me of the character of the Arles primes. The contrast level is well balanced. They retain solid shadow detail without appearing flat or overly punchy. I actually compared the 25-75 to my beloved Lumix S Pro 24-70, and you can really see a noticeable difference in light transmission and depth of field. So there really is a difference compared to your standard 24-70 photo zoom, but more on that later in the video. In my opinion, they are very similar to the Vespitz Mark II in terms of build quality. The only small detail I noticed was a slight inconsistency in the ring resistance. The focus and zoom rings on the 25-75 didn't feel completely identical in stiffness compared to the 65-180. One ring moved just a bit smoother than the other. But other than that minor detail, both lenses are built really well. I actually managed to avoid using ND filters altogether, both shooting at sunset and in the studio. But the front filter thread is larger than 82mm, so standard screw-on variable NDs won't fit. I thought that was a bit of a bummer at first, though to be fair, for cinezooms with this kind of speed, you probably can't really expect standard thread sizes anyway. These lenses were provided by Mediatec. If you don't know them yet, they are an equipment supplier based in Cologne, Germany. They are super nice people, and dealing with them for gear, issues or repairs has always been great. If you have any questions about release dates or availability of these lenses, just send them an email. I've linked them in the description below. To see how the Arles hold up against a normal standard 24-70 photo zoom, I put it side by side with my beloved Lumix S Pro. Starting at the wide end, here is the Lumix at 24mm. And here is the Arles at 25mm. Side by side, obviously the Lumix is a little wider, but also I think it is a little bit sharper here. Moving to the telephoto end, here is the Lumix at 70mm. And here is the Arles at 70mm. Side by side at the long end, the Arles is just as sharp as the Lumix, meaning it gets sharper when zooming in. This is impressive considering that the DZO lens has a T2.6 aperture. Color-wise, the Arles leans warmer with a green tint, while the Lumix stays very neutral. The Arles is visibly brighter and the focus fall-off is noticeably smoother, though part of that probably comes from the faster aperture. If you have used DZO lenses before, that is pretty much their signature look by now. Obviously, you can match both lenses almost perfectly in color and exposure, but the Arles will still have a shallower depth of field. Vignetting is definitely visible on both lenses when shooting open gate on the pixel sensor, but it cleans up as you stop down. As for sharpness, like I mentioned, except for the 25-75 at the wide end, they are excellent across the board. They do get a bit sharper when you stop them down, but I don't think it's even necessary because they're plenty sharp wide open. And I did not notice any problematic amount of chromatic aberration with both lenses, and I don't want to pixel peep. In terms of focus breathing, the 25-75 performs really well with just minimal breathing. The 65-180 on the other hand has a noticeable amount. And now the Parfocal test. The 25-75 is, drumroll please, not Parfocal. The 65-180 though, I would say 99% Parfocal. Next up, you're seeing the minimum focus distance of both lenses. First, the 25-75 at its wide and long ends. And now the same for the 65-180. So, where do these lenses actually fit into a workflow? If you are a solo shooter or running a small crew, carrying a full set of cineprimes isn't always realistic. And I speak from my own experience. On my own, most of the time, swapping primes gets super stressful, and I rarely have time to swap lenses just to check how a focal length looks. With a zoom, I can just frame my shot in a few seconds while the lens is on the camera. Plus, I don't have to worry about sensor dust, dirt, or lens caps flying around until everything becomes a total mess, but that could just be my problem. Having a range from 25-180 across just two lenses, with a fast T2.6 aperture, fills that gap really well. These zooms get you much closer to that prime look, similar to what we're seeing with the new constant f2 zooms from Canon and Sony, but with that typical smooth DZO character. Having not used the alt primes myself, I really enjoyed the look these create. I think I finally get what everyone is talking about online with that smooth fall off. Even though these are zooms, you still get a shallow depth of field, clean subject separation, and a soft, pleasing image that doesn't feel clinical. A true 1.4 prime will always have its place, but for 90% of what I do, these zooms create a high-end look while keeping me fast and flexible. Another thing to keep in mind is that these are not small lenses. When you mount them on a rig with the Pyxis and the L-mount adapter, this setup gets pretty heavy and pretty big fast. As of right now, there's no official pricing yet, but I hope to see them come in at around 2,500 euros, but that might not be realistic. Either way, if they hit a price point around there and fix the parafocal issue on the 25-75, these lenses are fantastic. So, would I recommend them? Yes, I absolutely would. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.